Yo, what up? This is the Super Longevity Institute. I'm Lamatreya. The name of this episode is called the Immortalist Magazine. The Immortalist Magazine. Yeah, I'm gonna be writing for this magazine. The new issue is out. I didn't have an article. I didn't submit an article for that, but it's still a great edition. It's the um eighth publication of the magazine. Um, it's going to be touching on topics about transhumanism, meaning using science and technology to better our world. You know what Lord Maitreya is about. I'm all about immortality, the scientific definition of immortality, not the metaphysical definition of immortality. If you've been following me, you know the difference. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I'm gonna be in the ninth issue. You can subscribe. You can go to their website and put your email in, and they'll uh send you um the digital. It's a digital magazine. They'll send you a digital version of the magazine. Hopefully, I hope that we have a. I hope in the future that there'll be a limited uh, physical copy of the Immortalist magazine. I'm going to be interviewing Stephen Valentine, who is the architect for the timeship. Remember, if you've been following, the timeship will be the largest structure dedicated to life extension. It's going to be a super advanced, futuristic laboratory dedicated to reversing the aging process and helping us live super long lives. Also, it's going to have people are going to be able to be crop preserved and in the structure. So, lots of patients traveling in the future will be traveling via the time ship. So my life is dedicated to seeing this structure called the time ship happen. So I'm gonna be interviewing Stephen Valentine, and he's not really taking interviews right now like that. So you know, please go look at um, the eighth edition of the magazine, which is out now, and catch up on the previous editions. I also interviewed Daniel Sullinger, who is a movie director, video director, who did Rhyme and Reason. He did Will Smith's videos, Cool J, Will Smith video, Summertime. He's done a lot of a lot of big videos. The last one I think he did a movie with YG from California, LA. I think the brothers from LA. Yeah, he did his movie / video. You can go check that out, Daniel Sullinger. So I'm really excited about writing for the Immortalist magazine, and I hope that more people. I'm gonna definitely help promote the magazine, and I'm gonna have a lot of great interviews. I'm trying to interview Alex Gray, who's one of a really good, really great artist. When I used to work at East West Books, we used to carry all his books, man. And yeah, I would love to interview Alex Gray. Yeah, that's who I definitely would like to interview. I also interview. I have interviews with Bob Hieronymus, who is the only living historian on the reverse of the seal, the pyramid side of the seal. Well, he's the only living historian on how that got there, how they came, how the early forefathers, quote unquote, came up with the pyramid on your seal. So I interviewed him. I interviewed Philip Norrie, who has a red wine that's a Shiraz that has extra resveratrol in it. I interviewed him. I have a bunch of interviews on that I've been holding for a while. So I'm excited. I want to do new stuff. I'm excited about it. Um, Anything else I want to say? Yeah. Oh, I want to say rest in peace to Keith Cowboy from the Furious Five. Keith Cowboy, he's the one that came up with the term hip hop. For those who don't know, I don't really see. I was looking on Instagram. I don't really see nobody really. I seen the brother Raheem and the talk about his brethren Keith Cowboy. Shout outs to Raheem. But yeah, man, he's the one that came up with the term hip hop. So, we wouldn't even have that word if it wasn't for the brother Raheem from the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. Actually, he was the first MC, I believe, that signed on to with Flash as part of the when they was first forming the group. He was the first member. Yeah, so I just wanted to give a rest of peace to him, and I wish he was cryo preserved. He was frozen in suspended animation. I wish we had that science and technology available to the early forefathers of the culture who don't really get the necessary. They don't get the props that they deserve. And yeah, so I really wish that we had that technology back in the day. It'd have been so dope. But even the technology is available now. When I have a video about that called medical time travel, but we have to allow people to you know what I'm saying? It's like a modern day version of mummification. We're just using science instead of it being on the bedrock of nature. We're using science. Excuse me. I dropped a video. Excuse me. I dropped 2 videos. One about Akon, you know what I'm saying, and I've been, posting that up. Over here, Super Longevity Institute, we don't pay for likes. We don't pay for people to subscribe. If you subscribe, cool. If you don't, it's all good with me. I don't really care about this. This channel is not monetized. You know what I'm saying? It's not about doing numbers. If I do numbers, good. If I don't, cool. All I need to do is reach 1 or 2 people. That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to pay for likes, paying people so they can, so other people subscribe. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I will personally drop the video in your inbox. If you look at it, you look at it. If you don't. Listen, I know that what I'm saying over here has merit. If you don't, the coaches really need to. I noticed that people don't really care unless they can, unless it's like real money driven. If they feel like they could benefit from it monetarily, then they're open to hearing what you got to say, or they feel like there's a lot of celebrity worshipers in this country. This country is about pimps and hoes. It's a lot of celebrity worshipers. I'm not a celebrity worshiper. You know what I'm saying? I respect people's work, etc., but I'm not gonna be fucking worshiping celebrities. I don't do that. I just respect their work. That's about it. Yeah, I noticed that people are looking at the video. So I know people are watching the video about Akon, the video I dropped about Akon, and why we don't have a hip hop city, but Akon does. So I know people are looking at it. Respects to the people who are watching it. Yeah. I wonder how many people even know that Keith Cowboy came up with the name hip hop and that whole story. I wonder how many of the young generation of hip hoppers even know that. Or I don't think not many people know that. But anyway, I just wanted to drop in and go live for a few and pay my respects to Keith Cowboy and the Furious Five and for his contributions to the culture. That's a major contribution to the culture. think that the story goes that somebody was coming home and they were in the army, and Keith Cowboy was like hip hop, and it sounded like, when the infantry marches and they be saying those chants. I think that's how, he was making fun of somebody, and I think that's how the story goes. Don't quote me. And so, but yeah, Keith Cowboy died of like 15, 20 years ago, I believe. But I wish the brother was still alive. What else? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. I think that more hip hoppers need to investigate this cryptocurrency thing, the decentralization of money. I think that we should pay close attention to these new blockchains that's coming up, these new cryptocurrency companies that's coming up. I think that we should invest in that, and I also think that we should pay close attention on how these cryptocurrencies can help us move the culture of hip hop forward, because basically the banks control the money. You know what I'm saying? With cryptocurrency, you don't even have, it's anonymous. You know what I'm saying? And and it's very secure. It's so I really think that I'm even looking into it, because I have a few friends that's big on cryptocurrency. So I'm doing my homework as well. And I think that for artists that's just coming up, I think that'll be a great way to empower ourselves, if we understand and we invest in and we understand what this cryptocurrency is all about. Because these banks, they're not giving us any loans. They don't. It's hard to get a loan from a bank. It's hard to really do what you want to do with the infrastructure that we have now. And the playing field is definitely not equal or whatnot. Of course, I'm drinking my coconut water. I think it's all gone. Yeah, I've been paying close attention to what's going on. It's not really much going on out here. I mean, you got Nas. Nas just dropped this new album, The King's Disease. I listened to the whole album. It was cool. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing bad to say about it. It was cool. I seen he's doing a new video in Washington Heights. It's cool. Nothing that I didn't expect from Nas. What else? It's not really too much going on out there as far as new music to me. From my perspective, nothing jumps out to me. Nothing out there is jumping out to me and whatnot. Back in the day, we used to have so much diversity in the culture. Now everybody sound the same, and that's another thing I want to let you youngins know, you young bulls know. Just because one person's successful doing one thing, you ain't got to jump on the bandwagon. In this culture, hip hop, find your own path. You know what I'm saying? Find your own path. Don't be jumping on the bandwagon because something else is successful, and then you want to jump on it because you want to share the same success as somebody else who was successful. You just want to mimic what they're doing. In this culture is about originality. You know what I'm saying? Find your own path in the culture and do you. That's what I did. Everybody was like, why are you talking about that timeship stuff? Why you be talking about that hip hop scene? You can't get no money out of that. I spoke to one young bull. He said, the people who the hip hop scene need to be built by people who have money. I was like, what is this guy talking? People say things and they don't really be knowing what they be talking about. And this idea of hip hop city has to be built from the ground up, not from the top down. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just about money. It's a movement. any movement, yeah, of course, you're gonna need money, but a movement is about hip hop wouldn't even been around if we thought just about money. And that's another thing. Another thing. You young bulls need to be reminded. Everybody needs to be reminded, not even young bulls. People need to be reminded of hip hop's early beginnings, like its humble beginnings. How much money did it take to plug a street light into the sound system? That's what I want to ask. You know what I'm saying? How many people um how many people I was reading something, I lost my train of thought. But I lost my whole train of thought. But damn, it'll come back to me. But yeah, just find your own path, man, and stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Stick to it. It's not all. Oh yeah, I was saying that. You know, reminding the young bulls of our humble beginnings when we just plugged the street light into the sound system. That took no money, no cash. There was no cash transaction when that happened. So I don't know what these people talking about. They need to be educated, and people jump on a bandwagon when things are successful, but it's all about being on the ground floor when you're doing a movement. Don't wait until things get successful to join something. That's like unauthentic. The thing that made hip hop so dope in the past, when we in the street, what we call the streetlight age, what made that age dope is that people were guided by their deep belief that the culture was about something and that it represented who they were. It wasn't about how much money he has, how much money he has, and you gotta have money to start this, and you gotta have money to start that. It wasn't about that. So yeah. This is I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm not gonna stay long on this live. This is Lord Maitreya with the Super Longevity Institute. Like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell. It helps the channel to grow. Single out salute. One love.